Alright, hey guys, welcome to part 3 of Cuts from the Captain's Chair here at Uppercut Deluxe headquarters. We've got Tim Hutton and our friend Jake. Jake is going to get a big trim, massive trim. It's long.
She's going.
And obviously he's going to try and do a nice throwback with a bit of a crispy taper, so let's get to it. Alright Hutto, so what are we doing today to Jakey's hair? How long's it been, Jake, since you had a haircut?
It's been like 3 years.
So good.
So when someone comes into the shop like this, it's one of those things, I just assess kind of what we're going to do. See how his hair's sitting, see how it's been, you know, how healthy the actual hair is. So what I'm going to do today, we're going to obviously chop it off, debulk it, then I'm going to probably run through with a fairly high guard, really low, and then I'll use a lot of either clipper over comb or sectioning with scissors, just to see what's under there, basically.
Here we go, eh?
Ready?
Yeah. Oh. I'm not cool anymore.
Did it.
Here you are. So this is where I try and, I guess, figure out where I'm going to get the haircut going.
Okay.
Just sectioning it off so I can see what I'm doing.
So you can see where you've got to work from.
Yeah.
So this is the debulk.
This is the debulk, just to see what I'm...
Sectioned out.
Yeah, this is just what I'm playing with underneath.
See.
So I still allow myself to have enough through there if I want to keep it longer. Just so I'm not cutting blind, I want to see what's under there. I wouldn't say this is like a clipper over comb technique, more so than just seeing what's there. Alright, so now we'll just go through here, take a bit more off, and I'm just going to keep it super low.
So what clipper are you using there? Attachment?
I am using a number 3.
3 open?
3, 3 closed, he's getting the number 3 now.
Yep.
Alright, this is where I'll come through now. And I'll take a little bit more just down the bottom, and then I'm actually going to scissor most of it. So you're just following, using your guidelines. So this is the open blade now. And I'm starting to like that contrast between the coloured hair and the natural hair colour. I think it's looking pretty cool, so we'll use that to our advantage for sure. Now we'll chuck the rest back and do the exact same thing on this side.
So Hutto, what's your favourite thing about barbering, being a barber?
It chops and changes, but nah, to be honest, I just like the people you meet along the way.
Yep.
When you find a good barber, you know, you're with them for a very long time, and I've got guys I've cut for nearly, you know, coming up to 10 years now.
Yep.
So they become, you know, that little bit closer to you than just a customer. Some of the friendships I've formed with other barbers through the barbering industry has been really cool. Man, every single day I learn something new. Like literally every day. This weekend included. Alright, now we're just wetting it down to try and get rid of some of this mess.
Now the fun part, eh?
Yeah,
Feel free to just get in there.
getting rid of the dreadlocks.
Remember when you were an apprentice and you
You'd feel bad.
feel bad, like you spend 15 minutes combing the hair because you're trying to go really soft, but now, like so many years in, you're just like, you know what, you just prep the client, you're like, we're in this together, we just need to like, get into this.
Alright, so now what we're doing, we're going to start sectioning and connecting the top to the sides. Alright, so what I do here, I do like a lot of horizontal sectioning, but what I will do, I'll just over direct, just so I'm safe with this front area. So just bring that down that little bit more, and then I can take it off later. You can always take more hair off, you can never put it back on.
Show me how you get the scissor out of the way.
It's easy when they're not mine.
So
So
you
you go like that,
Pull it down,
then
back around. section, then back away. Oh wow.
So once again, just copy the other side.
So how long you owned Hutto's barbershop?
I have owned Hutto's Barbershop for just over 4 years now in beautiful South Australia. God's country. God's country.
Beautiful down there.
And then I just check, make sure we're all the same. Cool. Now we'll connect this top bit. And then I like to leave the back to the end. That's just me. So we're going to find through the middle where we're going to sit. And this is just going to be our guideline. This doesn't have to be a perfect section because this is just a guideline. And once again, I always over direct the crown just in case, and we can always come back to it. So now this is where I'll come up through here and I'll find my guidelines from there to there. And this is just a really simple way of getting your initial structure of your haircut. This won't be the finished product, this is just taking that blindfold off. There's our guideline yet again.
The blow dry is such a key element in barbering, I believe.
Huge.
You can see the finished product. You know, even when you come through and cross-check it, you can see your mistakes after you blow dry.
Yeah.
Clipper over comb,
100%.
it sits it smoother, cuts it cleaner. I feel that that's where you get your end result. If you learn the blow dryer in barbering, that's kind of like a real key element.
I think a lot of barbers, they focus a lot on clippers, clipper work and fade work.
And line work.
Which is cool, because don't get me wrong, I absolutely love that. But I think the blow dryer is just as important as a pair of shears or
100%.
a clipper. Foam time.
Foam time.
Foam time.
So how do you find the foam tonic, Hutto?
Absolutely love it.
Awesome.
It is unreal. Honestly, my favourite thing about the whole foam tonic is how well it works with the blow dryer.
Yep.
Like, the way it activates with a bit of heat is so good, dude.
And it gives it some movement.
Yep, that, and it's so versatile in all different types of hair. Yep. So like, you know, when you're doing like a messy pullback like this, it works. If you got some curls and you want to chuck a diffuser, it just it just works so well.
I find it stretches the wave out too, so you can come through and you can just stretch that wave out with the blow dry and a round brush.
Yeah, very, very good product. I always use medium heat. More so for the scalp, and then also, it's a bit more comfortable. So cut that through. So this back's sitting nowhere near where I want it yet, but we'll get there once I see how the whole haircut reacts. Really pull the hair, manipulate it to where you want it to sit.
Okay, so now we've removed all the bulk and we're starting to see it all take shape. Now you're working on like the edge work?
Yeah. So now I've got the blank canvas. I've got rid of everything I didn't want there, and now that's when I'll come back through and make sure my blend's a little bit neater. We can line it up, put a bit of texture on top. And we've got the 3 back on again. We're just going to bang a little bit higher, and then I'm going to finish that with a clipper over comb. I just want to get my shape of the actual blend itself. And then either a mixture of clipper over comb and scissor over comb is what I'll be finishing off with. I guess at the end of the day, the way I see it is it's got to be a respect from client to barber and barber to client. It's we both got to respect each other. When I start a taper, I like to look at the hair first, see how everything lines up. I can already tell he's going to get a really, really nice sharp line through here. He's got a bit of a C-cup that we'll be able to clean up, and then his hair's sitting in the right way to edge up as well. So first up, I personally like to line it before I even start to taper, and then I'll go back and just crisp it up. At the top of the arch, and we'll just tap.
So you always start your line work out behind the ear?
Always start. That's only because that's how I do it. Like, you don't have to start here by all means. Really, really soft. Bend the ear. And there's always a point of contact with the client's head.
Just follow that line
Yeah.
that's already there.
Natural line, just crisp it up. Same thing. Nice and soft.
How are those trimmers cutting?
They're cutting very well. I think they'll probably be coming home with me, to be honest. Alright, so see how we've got a little bit of a sharper line now? Now I'm not going to worry about what was there. I haven't pushed the hairline back, but I'm not going to worry about what's there, and it's not going to impede my vision of looking at the blend later. Once again, just using the corners. Really, really soft. And it's almost like
You're not pushing into the hairline.
I'm not pushing in, I'm just following the hairline.
That's the key.
So then I'm going to perfect this later, but what we do now is come through, and this is where my taper will start from. And just clean it up with the,
Just kiss it with the foilers.
just a little kiss. So then now we jump up for our next step.
So is that guard open?
This guard's open now.
So open
Yep,
0,
yep. Then I close it up.
close it.
Sorry, close it halfway. Just kiss the edges, and then a little bit more. So now I grab my one open. Once again, it's all soft. There's no need to be pushing that in.
Look at that coming together.
And just the edges. And this is a crazy thing about hair. Each side's different. So one side you can struggle on, and then one side just comes together, and I've got a feeling this side's going to be so much easier. And I like to pick points of the hair where I kind of fade my steps up into. So like, I'll start my 0 line at, say, the top of the earlobe there, then I'll do my next step to the top of the ear there, and then that's how I feel I achieve like an even fade both sides.
Alright, so what are we doing here?
So now we're going to go through the rear taper. So I'll start off with my base.
Sort of just you it.
Yeah, slightly U it. I like to go just a slight little arch.
Little arch, yep.
Yeah.
Just so you can draw that
Yeah,
transition.
I think so. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And what I do, I don't go all the way to the edge. I like to leave that. That's how I keep a nice line up all the way down.
I'm loving how the transition in
Yep.
the colour. It's actually
Yep.
like helping, hey?
It
and
is.
the flow, like
Absolutely.
It's almost D8 in there.
Yeah. What I do, see how it's growing up, so we'll just take that down. Just soften it. Using the edges. And just mess around with it until you're happy. And this is where I'll start to go, alright, so there is a little bit more of a weight that I don't like, so that's when I'll come in against the grain of the hair and I'll come in on an angle. I already know that I've done a 3 through here, so me having a 2 guard's not going to take that much off. It's just going to give it a nice little transition. But yeah, so she's all starting to come together. Nice bit of texture through there. Tapers are looking pretty cool. Now this is when I just go off, perfect all the edges with a bit of scissor over comb, grab a razor, and we should be ready for styling. So this is where I'm just perfecting, going through bits and pieces that I may or may not like. Just softening a few things.
Looks so good.
We had a different lineup and you did then.
Sorry, bro.
Using the edges. Stretching the skin.
Now we've finished the style, finished the haircut. Looking good, Jakey. What are we going to use? Styling powder.
Styling powder.
What do you like about styling powder?
Everything. It's not like other styling powders that knot the hair and mat the hair together. I find it works really, really well. Less is more with it. You can always add more. But when I do it, I just get down to the roots first, figure it all out, see where it's sitting, and then just run your hands through where you want to go. Manipulate the hair to where you want it to sit. This is looking pretty cool. Now that I'm up in Queensland, I have to say it like that.
Cool.
Cool. What do you reckon, Steve-O? Chuck your hands through, mate.
Let's have a look. All right. Yeah, bro. Wowee. This line here with the little blowout taper there, it's beautiful. Nice and clean. I like how, have a look at this here. I love the transition. The transition from here, the lines, but I also just love how the back and the colour actually works now.
Yeah, it does.
The dark into the colour, like it really highlights the taper.
The reason I've left like a fair bit of weight through the back here, which actually still works, is because this hair was pinned back for so long. I find sometimes you'll take this too short and it just fizzes out everywhere.
Yeah, so good. Bro, this is tight. You ready?
Yeah.
Ta-da! So good.
Damn.
Looking beautiful.
Hutto strikes again.
Sexy.
Snap.
Sexy boy.
That's
Snack
wild.
boy.